Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of our yet-to-be-named fantasy sports program that gives you the tips, tricks, strategies, and most importantly to the United States government, the skills to win this game of chance. I mean, skill. Sorry, New York. In this episode, we're going to break down Week 10 of the 2015 NFL season, so let's do it. For quarterback, we're riding the Kirk Cousins train. Can you give me a minute? That's right, we're asking you to put your financial future, freedom, and hopes and dreams onto the back of Washington Redskins quarterback Kirk Cousins. Just one more second. Let's clarify something. We're not actually riding the back of Kirk Cousins, we're riding the back of the terrible New Orleans Saints pass defense, which has given up 24 touchdowns thus far this season, which is 5 more than any other team in the league. Plus, with a very small price tag, Kirk Cousins will allow you to feel better about everyone else you pick. And going along that same theme, we're recommending taking Green Bay Packers running back James Starks. Also has a low price tag. He was recently named as a top running back by their head coach Mike McCarthy, and they're playing a Detroit Lions rush defense that is absolutely worst in the league. We like one of the two running backs coming out of the Dallas-Tampa Bay Bucks game. Either Doug Martin if you're a Bucks fan or Darren McFadden if you're a Cowboys fan. Either way, both of them are playing against two terrible rush defensive teams. They have a pretty good low price tag, and you're going to get pretty good value out of either player. Now for Week 10 of the 2015 NFL season, where we put our money is in the wide receiver position. We picked Antonio Brown of the Pittsburgh Steelers playing against a terrible Cleveland Browns team, whose quarterback Johnny Manziel should not be known as Johnny Football, but should be known as Johnny Shitty at Football. I wrote that joke myself. We're also spending some money on Demaryius Thomas of the Denver Broncos. Yes, he hasn't scored a touchdown since Week 3, but they are playing a terrible Kansas City Chiefs defense. And at some point, Peyton Manning's noodle arm is going to have to get the ball to him. Chicken parm, you taste so good. As a weird side note, this could also be a game where you see Peyton Manning throw for 3 or 4 touchdowns against a terrible Kansas City Chiefs team. Just because he does weird things like that, you know, when the games don't matter and you're playing a terrible team, he tends to perform well. For our tight end position, we're going with Jordan Reed of Washington. Him and Kirk Cousins seem to have had a nice little connection, and as we mentioned before, New Orleans Saints sucks like a tailpipe of ass when they play defense. For our defense, we're picking the Denver Broncos to pick on the Kansas City Chiefs, mostly because it's kind of funny that Alex Smith is like a young Peyton Manning, except not as good. And not really that much younger. But then really not as good. And for our final pick, if you're in some weird fantasy league that includes some other rando picks, we recommend picking Greg Hardy of Murdering Someone this week because he's a giant asshole. If you haven't signed up for fantasy football yet, we got a link below for DraftKings. So if you haven't signed up, go ahead and click on that link. You know, we get like a little cut of it, helps us support us. Maybe one day we'll update the 1960s, 70s paneling in the background. Maybe some of our audio. Maybe I won't cry every night, wondering why I'm such a loser. Just click on the link, please. Thank you.